I thought I shut that off, man. Get out of there. So, I thought I'd make a quick video here because of what just transpired here. So, if you remember my other videos about the black magic, I'm trying to take all the faceplates out the things because of their black magic. I want to go to sleep tonight and I don't want to have a stroke while I'm sleeping. So, that's what I'm up to. But anyway, I'm telling you a story about Leah. Is one of the future spouses that potentially I could get with if that's how grandmother has laid this path out before me. So let's look at this one here. So this one here, Sean and Leah get married, is a representation of Sean and Jaden get married because Leah is Jaden's first cousin. And Sean is, that's Jaden's husband, I would assume. So Sean and Leah getting married is a representation of Anthony and Leah getting married because she wanted to be a doctor when she was 8 years old. Then there's a tribute to Carrie Fisher where he says, he says that he's in love with Carrie or Leah, though she drives him mad. So at this particular trailer here, so this is Sean and Leah after they're married, they have a baby, which is a representation of Leah and I having a baby sometime in Earth's timeline. This one here, it's just basically about a princess daughter, a king and a queen, and they all get assassinated on the coronation of I think it's the princess. She's supposed to have like a coronation. So the princess is a metaphor for Princess Leia, and the queen is a representation of Jaden, and I'm the king. But we all get assassinated, which is a representation of evil aliens coming here posing as the good guys. So because there's three of them in this story, it's a representation. Potentially, if we can survive the assassination, that it's a representation of me getting with Leia because Jaden no longer has any emotional attachment to me. So this here is, Sean tells Leah how much he loves her. It's a representation of me, telling you, Leah, that I've developed a very strong bond with you. It's actually stronger, I would say, in terms of Jaden's bond, because I really didn't work with Jaden at all because I was scared about protecting her, but I didn't want to hurt her spirit. So I didn't work with her as much as I did with you. You're the number one person I worked with over the past, course of the Vision Quest. So there's a more stronger bond there in terms of that. So this prophecy one, it's about an angel of light coming down out of heaven, who will an ordinary woman who will be given a baby, which is the usher in a new life for mankind. And then Willow, well, that's about a baby as well. And then this here, well, that's about Leia and a picture she had with her family where she's sitting on a bench, which is a representation of me sitting beside her on the bench, but she gets up and walks away because she doesn't want to get with me either. So, this song, Say You Won't Let Go, well, it's basically about my story and her story, which she doesn't know. So, that story started here, and she's there. And in this song here, it talks about there's something about the way 6 whole years, the chase. I think she says 6 whole years, the chase. So in this particular verse here, the 6 years is a representation of that. So this one here, he talks about feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. So the beating heart is the emotional attachment I got. But when you look at the girl there and she looks over at the other girl, and he says, feeling my way through the darkness, see if we can put the clues together, what that actually means. So I'm just telling the stories as I go along here. So now I'm looking at everything has changed, which is a representation of my inner child and who I am now. When you see Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift at the end, it's a representation of me now, and the inner child just being there to assist me on my vision quest. So Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle, you're going to see a snake at the end of the trailer. And it says, I think we can both agree, Mowgli, that you are something the jungle has never seen before. So the trailer is about me being an outcast in my community and my son being an outcast in the community because by proxy of association. So the letters I wrote to my community got people in an uproar and they thought I was a bad person. But I thought, our 7 grandfather teachings around honesty would, people would say, well, sure, he's going through a tough time, but he's being honest, and I want to see where the story goes. It sounds interesting. It'd be nice for the creators. But I'm just a little bit concerned about, the way he's talking in there. But these are 2 letters that he wrote, so I'm curious to see where it might go. It'd be really cool if we are the creators. So this is my 3rd attempt at the book, which proves we are the creators. But I didn't get that. I thought me being honest with our 7 grandfather teachings and honesty in one of them, I might get a better response from the community. But I didn't. So, because of that, they labeled my son Mingan as well. So Mingan, when you watch this is a representation of you being an outcast as well. So we're both outcasts in our community. Because of my letters that I wrote Mingan. So, but we're survivors. So, at the end, the snake is a representation of Satan in the Garden of Eden, who tempted Eve to eat the apple. So, with that snake, I then played the Leah song. Is that your song, Leah? And I'm about to play another one called Hello by Headley. So, in this one here, you're going to see a couple kids in it. So the couple kids is attached to Everything Has Changed. And at the beginning of that video, the teacher's talking about snakes when they reproduce and snakes falling in love. It is possible for snakes to fall in love, she says, which is a metaphor connected to Mowgli here because everyone thinks I'm a snake or everyone thinks I'm Satan. So basically, when you hear the woman in the other video, Hello by Headley, it means Satan can fall in love because everyone's associated with the snake with the Satan. So when you hear snakes can fall in love, that's what that means. That I can fall in love, despite people thinking I'm a snake or Satan. Now, in that video, Hello, you're gonna notice that his girlfriend, she cheats on him with another boy. The other boy gets upset. He buys her a ring, and then he sees her holding hands with another guy. He gets upset and he throws the ring at her and it hits her in the nose and she crashes down to the ground and he runs away, which is about me running away to be with Jane's first cousin because of the deeper emotional attachment I have with her because I've been working with her the longest out of anybody in the community. So, now, I wanted to touch on that snake as well. So when it says, I think we can both agree, Mowgli, that you are something the jungle has never seen before. It's a representation of mankind being like a jungle. Welcome to the jungle, Guns N' Roses, that type of deal, like a concrete jungle. But if I'm something that the jungle has never seen before, it's referencing Ragnarok. I don't believe, out of the 9 lives that I've lived, that you sleeper cell children out there have ever heard me talk about Ragnarok. This is probably the first time you heard me say that we've lived 1,001 lives and that if I perish in this life, everything gets rewound back to the beginning of time. So, it's in reference to that. So, you guys probably come here, expecting me to do the same plays and, make it work out the way that it always works out. But one of these days, you're going to notice something different. And that's what the snake at the end of Mowgli means. I think we can both agree, Mowgli, that you, Anthony, are something that the sleeper cell of mankind has never seen before. That's one meaning. But the second meaning is, I think we can both agree, Mowgli, that you, Anthony, are something that the people of Judaism, Islam, and Christianity has not seen before. Because you guys are expecting a Caucasian Messiah, and here you get this, Native American Messiah, and you don't agree with my spiritual warfare tactics because you just don't get it. So I know you're looking for, you're looking for salvation, and you thought that it'd be shining like an angel's light. So I want you to look at this song here, okay? This is your last song, or last video that I look for. Okay, so penny for your thoughts now, baby. Looks like the weight of the world's on your shoulders now. That's basically, you, Jaden, and the other 9 ladies that I've selected as possible future spouses. I know you think you're going crazy just when it seems everything's going to work itself out. They drive you right back down. So you said it ain't fair that a man walks when a bird can fly. I'm walking, and angels can fly. We have to kick the ground. The stars kiss the sky. They say that spirits live. A man has to die. I'm that man that has to die because somebody's going to come over here and promise you the truth. They promised us truth, or the evil aliens that come here posing as the good guys promise you truth, but they're going to give you lies. You're going to take a miracle to save us this time. And your Savior has just left town, meaning I'm your only Savior out of this. And if I perish, everything in creation perishes because grab other one time back to the beginning of time. And we'll do this all over again. And in 1,000 lives, I'll be speaking to you again. And hopefully you get it right in that time. You're going to need a miracle because it's all on the line. And I won't let you down. The river of your hope is flooding, which is a reference to, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, hoping for, a different Messiah. And I know the dam is busted. If you need me, I'll come running. I won't let you down. So the connection is to water, right? Like the dam is busted. So basically it means like a broken heart because of the association of Jesus walking on water, the rivers and springs of Jonah, and Moses parting the Red Sea. Here's the part I want you to pay attention to. Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. You're looking for salvation from a Messiah. You thought that it'd be shining like an angel's light. Somebody like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and, I don't know, Elon Musk all rolled into one. Purity, right? Like a 50-year-old virgin who's the greatest person on earth, right? But unfortunately, you get this guy that smoked crystal meth and for the last 7 years, 8 years, waging spiritual warfare and, with a checkered past, but who's Earth's only angel. I am Earth's only angel because I'm, what's the word? I've found the correct purification ceremonies to purify myself of all sins. So I'm not carrying any sins inside my body whatsoever. And when I lose all this fat, all these atoms in my body will be ejected out, replaced with muscular atoms, and those atoms that build that muscle tissue are going to be of the light, which means I'll be of the light and pure. And it's at that moment that, I'll be an angel. So, you thought that it'd be shining like an angel's light and not this guy that kind of has to put himself into a cocoon that emerges a butterfly at a later time. Basically is the analogy. Well, the angels left this nation. That's talking about the evil aliens coming over here pretending to be angels, taking off from the planet after they get their job done, which is to come here, get rid of me, take people to the supposed promised land, get rid of you there, replace you with a robot, and carry on with that process until they take half of mankind to go see the supposed promised land, get rid of half of mankind, then convince the other half of mankind through a conversion program. They jump on UFOs so you can, leave the planet and go check out the promised land, only to get rid of you until they come back and then start a civil war, get rid of the other half of mankind, get rid of me, and then they think that they're going to fly back home and, get another 20,000 years of, stupidity to play around, not knowing that if that happens, everything in creation comes to an end. So the angels left this planet, and salvation caught the last train out the night, or me. He lost a hell of a fight, meaning I lost a fight in the very manner in which I just described it. He said, I'm just one man. That's all I'll ever be. I never can be everything you wanted from me. So, I know you wanted a 51-year-old virgin. I know you wanted me to never commit a single crime in my life, like Mother Teresa. And you wanted to be like Gandhi, right? So I never can be everything you wanted from me. I got big plans so big that any blind man can see. I mean, I got plans to, put all women into power on this planet so we can get rid of the 8 deadly sins. No more fast food, no more junk food, no more pornography, no more weapons, no more money. No more commercialism. But guess what? The bad guys have already had a plan for that. They call that the Antichrist because he's supposed to take over the world with a one world government because they know that that's what I'm going to do. And then the corporation that I'm starting on your behalf to purchase all the corporations on planet Earth so that we collectively own all the corporations together 100%, as opposed to 1% of the planet's population owning everything. And the rest of us, the 99% of us, being slaves to make them rich. So how, any blind man can see that, right? And then you have to mention the technology that my scientists are going to research. So I'm standing in the river, now I'm drowning in the sea, meaning, the sea is metaphorical for 3 Abrahamic religions all attached to water, meaning if I'm drowning, it means something bad is going to happen to me. So, it's going to take a miracle to save us this time. And your Savior, Anthony, has just left town. Good to need a miracle because your heart's on the line. Who do you want to believe? You're 2 competing stories. Me, who's a 100% honest person, or them, who has no track record of being honest and coming here claiming to be honest. So, and your heartbeat is slowing down. So, your feet are grounded. Still, you're reaching for the sky, meaning I just want to go fly around with the UFO. Like you want to get on that UFO and go see what they're promising you. And I'm telling you, don't get on there. You can let them clip your wings because I believe that you can fly. So I believe you can fly if you stay here with me. But if you get on that spaceship, they're going to clip your wings. Meaning, if you think you're going to get on there to become an angel, no, you get on that UFO and they'll just do that to you and replace you with a robot. So. Well, my eyes have seen the horror of the coming of the flood, meaning, what's going to happen. That's why I make these videos. You already know what I say is going to happen, so I don't need to go any further than that. I've driven deep the thorny crown into the soul of someone's son. Still, I'll look you in the eye because I believe in the things I've thought, and I'll die without regret for the wars that I have fought. So that's me, trying to stick up for myself. So, going to take a miracle because your heart's doing time. If your heart is doing time, sleeper cell children, it refers to rewinding, time back all the way to the beginning of creation, because that's where your soul is located. Meaning you're not going home like you think you're going to go home. No. If I perish here, everything gets rewound back to the beginning of time, which means your heart's going to do time. And your conscience is calling you out. It all ain't for nothing. Life ain't written in the sand. Or life ain't written in the glass. I know the tide is coming, or I know the alien invasion is coming, but it's time we made a stand collectively and tell these dumbass aliens to get the hell out of here.